Hello again. Take two. Sorry, my internet seems to be perfectly secure and fine. I checked that while I was away, but the last feed cut out really badly. So I thought I would just start over and try again. So hopefully you guys can still find me and jump on. As you do, feel free to say hello and drop comments if you'd like. As I was saying on the last feed, what we're going to do here this evening is look at some symptoms that show up for people when they have money blocks or energetic blocks, imbalances with their relationship with money. And money can trigger a lot of tension in relationships. Hey, Sammy Joe, thanks for finding me and connecting back up. So, who needs extra tension in their relationship over material things? And the way people view money can be very, very different as well based upon the Enneagram or their personality structure. So, Enneagram ones and fives tend to be more conservative with their spending. Enneagram sevens are much more liberal with their spending. And Enneagram nines will do whatever the other person they're with will do. So, all of those things can factor in as well in your relationship. So, it's important not only to work on alleviating some of the blocks that you may have with money or the way that you look at money, the relationship you have with money. It's also important to look at your default programming and your partner or your loved ones, whoever that you spend the most amount of time with, how they view money as well, so that you can really understand and support the people that you love. So let's talk about the symptoms first. We'll go through some, and if you identify how any of your money blocks show up, you can feel free to drop them in the comment if you'd like. These are a few, the list is not all inclusive. So, of course, the first, living in lack. When we look around and we feel like we don't have enough and there's not enough to go around in the world or in our bank account, in our household, whatever that looks like. It's just that scarcity mindset. Like, let's be really conservative. Let's reuse the things. Let's not spend the money. And some of you may have heard me talk about affluency before. I really like the word affluency because the underlying root of affluency is flow. And that's essentially what money and abundance has to do. When we hoard it and keep it and store it away, that too steps on our hose, as I like to say, in being able to attract money or abundance into our life. So there needs to be that flow, that continuous movement. We are beings that are really created for movement, and that includes even with our finances. Now, that can be unbalanced. Obviously, that can go to the opposite end of the spectrum where we spend too much, that we never have a balance in our bank account. Maybe we don't feel worthy and deserving. Sometimes people feel indebtedness. All of those things can cause the symptom of not being able to maintain a balance. So, of course, anytime we're on one end of the spectrum or the other and we're not in that, balanced or state of flow, there's some sort of block that's coming into play. You may also notice feeling lack even if you have everything. There are a lot of people who deal with that as well, and that's just a mindset block. And so maybe you really truly do have abundance. Maybe you have prosperity, but you feel like you shouldn't spend it. And that really interweaves into how worthy we are and that relationship with ourselves. Like, why would we not want to invest in ourselves and buy things that our bodies or minds are going to enjoy, have experiences that will fulfill us and fuel our soul? So that too is a block. So there's not spending, there's spending too much, seeing lack, scarcity all around, having it all, but feeling like you don't have anything. Perhaps you undercharge for your services, or you make a wage that is well below your value and your worth and the talents and skills that you're providing to your craft. Other ways this can show up is if you've ever noticed how once you get to a certain level in your bank account or a certain level of success in your business or however that shows up with you based upon what you do to earn an income, something breaks. There's an unexpected expense. You blow a tire, um, an appliance goes out, the AC goes out, and no matter what you do, you can't quite ever get beyond that set point in your bank account. It's interesting and mysterious how that works, but our unconscious mind has a place, a value, a dollar amount where it's comfortable. And we will attract or create things in our life to keep us within that comfort zone. And so we really have to expand our unconscious mind, our vibration, in order to be able to allow to attract and draw more in to us. We have to get outside our comfort zone to be able to do that. So I want you guys to think about some of the ways that you view money, some of the things that maybe you were told when you were kids. Of course, you can drop it in the comment if you want. What we bring up, we will shift and release here at this session. So there is really power to community and collective, which is one of the incredible aspects of the group coaching, is that we hear what other people experience, we hear where other people are at. And so when we're in a blind spot and we may not see that in ourselves, we have the benefit of having that community and having other people's experiences to help us call awareness to ourselves and be able to shift that as well. So, did you hear growing up that you can't have your cake and eat it too? Money doesn't grow on trees. Money is the root of all evil. Um, there are so many cliche things around money and work. I love this, Sammy Joe. You have to work hard to play hard, right? That is a great topic. I'm going to talk some about work here later and do some shifting around that. I don't know, and I am remiss. I should have thought about this ahead of time and looked it up. I don't know where the word work came from. I don't know why our culture has attached this concept that in order to be able to support ourselves, we have to work. Why can't we play to support ourselves? Why can't it be fun? Why can't it be enjoyable? Why can't it be free flowing? Why does it have to be with constraints and time limits and all the things that come with these connotations that we attach to work? There's not a lot of people who have default programming in their unconscious mind that work is a positive thing. And so we trudge around through our day and wake up and think, what do I have to do today? Or I have to do X, Y, and Z. I need to do, 6 other things too. And we live our day out of obligation. And we live it with this heavy burden of it pays the bills, doing it to pay the bills, instead of what do I get to do today? And how much fun and excitement am I going to have while I'm doing that, or am I going to bring to the world? So these are the mind shifts that really, really create a whole new reality around us. And even if the job isn't necessarily our soul's calling, we can still have a ton of fun doing it. It's just like happiness coming from the inside of us. Having fun in the work that we do, or however we choose to spend our energy to receive the energy of money, can be fun. It's all energy. Oh, Tani, thanks for joining. Hey, girl. Chelsea, it's good to see you too. Don't have enough to pay for whatever item it is. Not enough money to get food or pay bills. Yeah, so all of the lack, right? There's just not enough. There's never gonna be enough. Can't find enough. Sammy Joe, I should have known you'd come through with this. So the English work has an Indo-European stem. Greek, European, yeah, words I've never heard of, meaning deed or action without punitive connotations. To press, bear down upon, or compel. To persecute. Interesting. Yeah. Well, we can see how heavy that energy feels as we just look at that and read through that. Shannon, save it for a rainy day. Oh, yeah. I heard that a ton growing up too. Things you earn are more valuable. Isn't that true? Like we have to work hard, and if we work hard and we save, then we're going to enjoy it more or value it more. Those those ideals were integrated into me as well growing up. Joni, you like to have fun at work. Of course you do. I think you like to have fun with everything you do. You're such an amazing role model of that. Like the whistle while we work. That's what I think of when I think of you. Just bebopping around, having fun. We live paycheck to paycheck. Yeah, money is the root of all evil. Absolutely. And these thoughts don't support us, yet those thoughts become exactly what we create in our life or attract to us. So, there are a couple things I want to work with here this evening in this live for people. And the first is that if this aligns with your values, we want to program in that I see, feel, and embody the abundance that's all around me. So maybe that's not money. That's okay. Because if you see an abundance of love, if you see an abundance of freedom, if you see an abundance of fun, the more that you focus on abundance, the more abundance is going to show up in your life. And eventually that will translate into the energy of money. So I always encourage people to start where their strengths are and focus on those. And so that's why we're working specifically with that abundance mindset and not the money mindset on this. So I see, feel, and embody the abundance that's all around me. So to get us started, I want you guys to go ahead and start breathing for me. We're going to work the energy, align everyone's energy systems, the 7 main energy systems in the body, align and balance those, get them connected, get them flowing in a way that serves and supports your optimal functioning, releasing any blocks to allowing, accepting, and receiving. And literally, all you have to do is take some deep cleansing breaths if this is the first time that you've ever done this. And we're just working with the science of the unconscious mind, and that when our unconscious mind holds something as truth, then we will surely create it in the life around us. We'll feel it, we'll believe it. And it all stems with getting our unconscious mindset right and getting all other interference out of the way. So take one last deep cleansing breath for me, please. And then I'm just going to tune into the collective and see what might be preventing us from believing and being able to see, feel, and embody the abundance that's all around me. So keep breathing, and we're going to release just some spiritual interference, the heavy energy that tries to, keep us moving forward in life or allows us to make those quantum leaps forward. That stagnant energy. You might feel some tingling in your feet, or you might sneeze, cough, itch your nose, shudder. If you have any of that, get hot, get cold, you'll feel the energy moving, and that's just merely the energy moving, which allows for the new neural pathway to be built in the unconscious mind. The next thing I want us to do is release all of the energetic hooks from, the sources who taught us all of these mistruths around money. What was maybe just antiquated thinking? Maybe it was true generations ago. It no longer serves us. So whether it's, mom or dad and their beliefs are hooked into your energy field and it leaches and leaks your energy from you. So you can't fully align with that ability to have the abundance. We want to release and dissolve all of that. So go ahead and take a few deep cleansing breaths to be able to do so. And then we're going to move to dad's side generationally, and collectively we are 31 generations on dad's side of the family. So go ahead and breathe through that and release it. And then 73 generations on mom's side for this group. So go ahead and release that too. Breathe through that. And if you use the pendulum or any muscle testing, of course, you can always check specifically what it is for you exactly, because I am just tuning in to everyone here this evening and anyone who will be also receiving or watching this on replay. So just releasing all of that energy from ancestry. Times were so much different in past generations, and the thought patterns, beliefs, and experiences that they had back then just don't serve us anymore. So we want to upgrade or update. I often talk about how no one has an Apple II anymore, right? So let's also upgrade and update our mindset, not just our phones. And then also let's close down the old unconscious patterns. And that's what's going to create space for these new truths to be born. So breathe through that. And all of these old belief systems that we've held, the thoughts in our unconscious mind, that's kept us in a loop of not being able to identify abundance in our life, to see it in the world around us, to give freely, to receive freely. We want to just release all of that and release the fear that comes with scarcity of not having enough. Release any unworthiness and undeservingness. Keep breathing through that. And then we want to shift the timeline and clean up the timeline. So for the group as a whole, it's really starting around age 1. So go back and just trust the energy, trust your higher self, trust God, trust the angels, whatever that is for you. Go back to that space and time, to the very moment of the first time you ever heard or told or experienced that there wasn't enough. And when we're kiddos, that could be maybe just running out of diapers or running out of formula and needing to go get more before that bottle can be made. It can be something that seems so simple, yet can stick with us in our unconscious, even though we don't have a cognitive memory of that event happening. Those things really do stay with us. And so it serves us to let it go. We are freer. The less that we carry, the freer we are. So breathe through that and release whatever may have happened as you were little, and then come back forward through your timeline, through all of the years of your life, releasing this energy of lack, of scarcity, of less than, of not enough, through all of your years, and come back to present time just as quickly as it allows for all of the negative energy, the negative charge, the negative memories, the negative programs to dissipate. And as you come back forward to this present moment in time, just continue to breathe very deep breaths of release. And then we're going to connect you to abundance, to prosperity, to affluency, to flow, to giving, and to receiving. And if there's anything that you would desire, or that you've been, as Joni said, working hard to value, to buy, go ahead and take a breath and let's connect you to that item. Literally 16 minutes before jumping on this call, I got a text message and a photo from a client. And in our last session, we connected her to her new car, which is a 2017 Honda Civic, currently in her possession. She just got it. That is the outcome of doing this work. When you show up for yourself and you get your mindset on track to create what it is you want, whether it's in your business, in your relationships, in your finances, the possessions you want to own, a home, a car, it doesn't matter. When you do this work, it's going to bring it into fruition so much faster for you. It's so rewarding to see people get those results. And that can truly be you. That can be you if you choose to do that, to step forward and to claim now is the time to make it happen. It all starts with a decision. Decisions are incredibly powerful. So as we wrap up here this evening, go ahead and take a couple last deep breaths. We want to integrate this work that we've done here at all levels and layers of your being and release any negative emotions, any negative thoughts, any old, any of those old programs that we closed, any old beliefs, values that no longer serve you. And we want to release them from every level and layer of your being. So mentally, spiritually, physically, and beyond, in your aura, in your chakras, and all of your energy systems. Just fully radiating out this new vibration that you embody and carrying that with you forward. Now, if you're looking to capitalize on this work just a little bit more, I have a couple suggestions for you. One would be to go ahead and journal the truths that you now have about money. So maybe you wanted them yesterday, but you can have them now today as we've closed out those old programs and expanded new space in your mind. You can be very deliberate and intentional about what you're thinking and claim those new truths right now while you have that space. So, whatever it is that you want to feel and think about abundance, prosperity, journal it, write it down, put it on paper. It will help lock it in. Sammy Jo and I literally were having a conversation today, and she made a comment about like a 1-lane highway. And we say we're always in the same canoe. I was like, shut up. Like, I was just using this analogy with people this week too. Like, sometimes that new neural pathway starts out as a trail road or a 1-lane highway. And we have to exercise and build and practice our thoughts and our words, what we're saying, what we're thinking, in order to really develop that new pathway into like a 6-lane highway where things flow quickly and easily and swiftly and without having to think about it. And I also share one of the biggest mindset shifts that I've had is in my writing from a heart centered space. And that really started with doing the energy work and the mindset. And I would sit down and I would write. And then I would look at the words that I said and I'd ask myself, what am I actually trying to say here? And I'd have to drop down into my heart center. And it would take me maybe 2 hours to write an email. I'm not kidding. So be compassionate with yourself. And we love when we can embody these huge shifts that just come easily and naturally. And a lot of them do. But you can even deepen the work further and get better benefits when you put in a little more extra effort and practice. So feel free to do some journaling or speaking the affirmations. I also am the queen of sticky notes. And if you come to my house, you're going to see all kinds of sticky notes here and there and everywhere that support my relationship, support what I am working to create and achieve in my life and my business, all over the place. So some of these truths that you do claim tonight, you can put them on a sticky note, put them on your mirror, put them, in the kitchen, put them someplace where you go all the time, where you grab your fork, your glass. So you see it every day and it's a reminder until you're like, yes, I am rooted in this and I am rock solid. The other thing that I invite you to do is to come into the group coaching community with us, where you're going to get 2 1-hour sessions even better than this, because Sammy Joe and I have found that when we work, our own modalities are all gifts and skill set, which are very different. People get even better results with those together than they do working individually with one of us. So that would be another way for you to invest in yourself in a way that's incredibly powerful. It's hard for me to even express it in words. And so we would love to have you in that community. We will drop the link in the chat. So if any of you are interested in finding out more information about that, you can do so. You also obtain over 12 different courses in that community as well to support your personal growth and your relationships and learning and understanding about yourself, which is where all of the magic starts. When we get really centered with ourselves, everything else in our life ripples out from there and reaps the benefits as well, including our relationships. And also in the group coaching, anything that you're going through that you may be feeling stuck or struggling with, the group sets the tone, sets the topic. Exactly why we're working on abundance and mindset this month is because that's what was requested. So if there's anything that you'd like to have in this community as well, please reach out to us, let us know. We're here to serve you, and we want to bring the content that is really going to support you with where you are right now. So with that, I'm going to sign off. Thank you so much for joining me here this evening, and I am wishing you great abundance and prosperity in your journey forward.